Well, howdy diddly dandy there, chums. 'Tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, for you guys in the viewerverse, I'm going to be answering a few questions. So one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, where do you get the base parts? Where do you get all those swanky new parts to build out your freighter? Because I can't see them anymore. Right, well, if you go down to this center console of your freighter, the one that's got this sort of squash-like looking armadillo on the actual plate here, you're going to have all these sort of wondrous things, you know, like your teleporters and your warp drives and all that sort of shenanigans. But go in there again. But you see at the top, you've got R1 and L1 to swap pages. Swap the page. There you go. There's all your base parts. They're lovely jubbly. They're all there. You're going to need salvage frigate modules to unlock them. I've got a few videos on how you can get your salvage frigate modules. I'll put a video link in the top right hand corner to that. Right, the second question I've got from you guys in the viewerverse is, how do you make this all open plan? Because I just keep putting in rooms and just end up with these pillars everywhere. Right, okay, well let me show you how you go about this. Now underneath each of these menus, the last one on each of these is an open space part. But for you to use the open space part, you have to delete all the corridors first. You can't just sort of overlay it, or else you're going to end up with pillars in between each of them. So to make open space, first of all, go around and delete all of your corridors like I've done here. If it says player is inside object, you're too close to what you're trying to delete. Take a couple of steps back. Right, there we go, all deleted. Now if I go back in and choose this one over here, the expansion, it's in brackets, it says expansion. There you go, just use that, and now you're going to have an open space room. Apart from, look, I left one corridor in there, so let's delete those quickly. Chickaboom, there you go, I've got to step back from that because it said player in object. There we go, it's just a couple of steps back, and there we go, all open plan. Now look at that, doesn't that look swanky? Doesn't that look freaking dapper? Heck yes. So I've had another question asked of me, people. Well, what happens after you've actually made your freighter base how you want it, but then you find a freighter that you like more? When you claim the new freighter, does it transfer over all of your base edits to the new freighter? Which is a freaking good question. It used to, didn't it? So let's go and give that a try and we'll see. You know, this is a creative save, and it's a throwaway save. I'm doing some other testing at the moment on frigate missions and seeing if I can get that aerial, sort of dream aerial, to spawn in. Oh look, one of my command stations over there is facing the wrong way. So that's another thing. Make sure you've got the rotation of your rooms right as well. So I'll delete that. And there you go. That looks a lot better. That looks more swanky. That looks more aesthetically pleasing to the eye, doesn't it? Anyhow, back to that other question about what happens if you find another freighter. Well, let's go and find another freighter, shall we, people in the viewerverse? I think so. Heck yes, but that does look freaking nice now. And that's how you make it look nice. Just delete out all the shite that you don't want first, and then away you go. You are going to get a load of resources for free as well, so that's pretty nice. Anyhow, let's fly on over to another freighter. Hopefully I'll be able to just board one of these. Let's hope that it's a higher grade than the one I've got. No, it's still a C-class. Right, anyhow, let's just go and claim it. And normally it would let you just transfer over all of your items like it does normally, but then it would say, do you want to keep your current base or do you want to reset it? You don't get that option anymore, people. So if you have made an awesome freighter base, just keep in mind you may have to remake your freighter base. I know it's freaking painful. And you know what else? They haven't put in the base cache anymore. So all your lovely resources you're going to have lost. Yeah, I don't know why they've done this, people, but there we go. It's a little bit of a warning for you chappies out there in the viewerverse. Yes, just be mindful. If you swap your freighter base is going to be blinked into nothingness. So there we go. Yeah, a bit of an oddity, that one. But yeah, again, I can delete all this, get all the resources. Lovely, lovely, free resources. But I'm going to lose a lot, considering, well, depending on how big your base is. My one isn't that big, and this is creative mode, so I don't care. And I've done this just to show you guys in the viewerverse that it's as simple as that. And yeah, I'm going to put back in the expansion rooms. Let's just delete this because it's got a big ceiling light that doesn't work. Let's put these in. Lovely jobs. Yeah, and there we go. It's all open plan again. It's all looking very nice. Let's put my command rooms back in. Make sure they're at the right rotation. You see that my frigate fleet is just going to automatically appear on the screens. Lovely. I continue my testing. Now, I always put save points right on the actual bridge rather than inside of your actual build. Because if you put them inside your build and you load your save back in, sometimes you can fall through your freighter. Put it here, and then that way when you restore your save, you're going to be on the bridge, which is pretty much solid ground, and you're not going to be falling into nothingness. Anyway, people, they're all my tips for freighter base building and the questions I've had from you guys. Until next time, goodbye, and goodbye again. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please hit a like and a subscribe, and I'd like to say a massive great big thank you to all of my backers over on Patreon and over on YouTube membership. Thanking you, backers! And if you want to support this channel, just don't skip the adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or yeah, just stay with Captain Steve that little bit longer and hit something on this screen. There's merch here now too.